I'm your huckleberry.
This is the Smoking Guns Podcast.
No G with a Z, P-O-D, Smoking Guns Podcast, hanging out with you on another Monday night after another 1-point loss. Second in a row, Leo. Second in a row.
Yes. It hurts. It hurts.
That's rough. That's rough.
Yep.
That physically hurts. You're right. It actually physically hurts at times for things like that to happen. This is the Smoking Guns Podcast. We're a podcast all about football in San Antonio, mainly centered around the football of the Indoor Football League and the San Antonio Gunslingers, who are, believe it or not, Leo, still in a playoff race.
Still in it. You're saying there's a chance.
4-10 record. They are not mathematically eliminated. I thought they were. I legitimately thought they were.
I did too.
And then I looked this afternoon preparing for this show and found out that we are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. What a feeling. What a good feeling. It's a wonderful feeling to just look at the standings and not see an E next to your name, next to your team.
I'll take it. I will take it for now. I mean, it is what it is. It's not what we would like, but hey, I will take it. We're still alive.
Oh, Josh. Already start. We didn't miss by that much. We were robbed by way too much. I want to get into that a little later. I know there will be a lot of talk about the final call, not the final call, but the play on the call on the play near the end of the game where the Gunslingers appear to score a touchdown, did not. It gets taken away from them.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it. But yeah, we'll get into all of it. I'm Philip Higginbotham. I'm one of your hosts here in my new digs. Now that it's all decorated, it's not just blank bookshelves anymore that you see behind me, but actual stuff. One of the things that we've been talking about before we went on is this little thing right here that you see here. This was the original cover graphic for the Command Post podcast that Leo, RC, and I were doing all the way back in 2019 as we covered the San Antonio Commanders of the AAF. Yeah.
Yep.
Alliance of American Football, AAF. We covered the Command Post. This is where we met. And we took this picture, like the second or third time we met, we took this picture and they put together this. You can't see it, but our signatures are on there. We've all signed this particular. I found this piece of art as I was moving and was able to put it up in my office. Very excited. Very excited to be able to carry on the legacy of the Command Post podcast. I am Philip Higginbotham. I don't think I've done introductions yet. I'm joined, as always, by my good buddy, Leo Yamas.
What's up, Smoking Guns Posse?
And we will be joined shortly by RC Woods, who is running a little behind. We've talked to her once, but she had to jump off, take care of something. She's going to jump right back on here in a minute. Leo. Missed it by that much. 1 point again.
Again, they say football is a game of inches, and we find ourselves an inch or two short pretty frequently recently. It's
2 in a row. We dropped one in Vegas by 1 point, and you kind of shrug about that. You go into that game, and you're not supposed to win. You're supposed to get beat pretty badly by the champions, and so you walk out with a 1 point loss, and you're like, no moral victories, but okay, we went toe-to-toe with the champs, and, we just came up short. That's okay. And then you come home, you take on an Orlando team that, let's be fair, like their record, I'll look it up real quick. They're 9-6. They're not a 9-6 team. They're not that good.
they're not a 9-6 team. We're not a 4-10 team.
Yeah. we go toe to toe with them, and we just can't make it happen. Opportunities there in the second half. Good football played all the way around. I think the most surprising thing that I saw from here in North Texas as I watched on Saturday was that Joaquin Collazo starts the game and plays a spectacular game. Like, we have talked a lot about quarterback position all year long for good reason. Like, there's been a lot to talk about with Fred, with Joaquin. Then Zach came in, and we've talked about all of these things. And when Joaquin is starting the game on Saturday, I got to tell you, Leo, I don't know why. I've reached out to Coach Bain. He may get back to me a little later. I reached out to him this afternoon and said, hey, what was the reason? What caused you to want to start? But when I see 16 Collazo after the season that he's had and kind of the ups and some of the downs, I'm going, ooh, I don't know. I'm a little nervous about Joaquin starting. And he played a great game. He played a solid game.
He was the Joaquin that we remember from last season. He looked a lot more like that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
He looked like the Joaquin that I remembered last year that I really liked and really enjoyed, and he looked solid. I'm pulling up stats right now to give like a line on him.
20 of 34.
20 of 34. 251 yards in the indoor game. That is incredible in a game. And then 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. He can't do any more than that. Like, he's not going to do any more than that. That is a game that should win games. That's a quarterback game that should win games.
You know, he put the ball exactly where it needed to be in big situations, and sometimes it just didn't go our way. But it wasn't because of a poorly thrown ball or a bad decision by Joaquin. Joaquin played a great game. You know, expectations from a lot of fans have been pretty high on Calzada and definitely I understand that and agree with it. And, you know, that's warranted in my opinion. I know some other people might, you know, say, hey, slow your roll a little bit because he's so new to the game. So I get that, but I also understand the talent that we've seen from him. And one of those fans actually came up to me. I won't call him out or anything on the show, but came up to me late in the game, absolutely not even realizing that it wasn't Calzada in there the whole time. This was late in the fourth, and he's like, "What happened? Why is Collazo in there?" And I was like, "Dude, it's been Collazo the whole game since the beginning." And he was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Yeah." And it was like, "Oh, I would never guess he's been playing, you know, lights out exactly the way, you know, he's expect from Calzada, from watching him play recently." But Collazo has been, in the moments that he's had opportunities as of late, he's been playing really well.
He had. And I was duly impressed with everything. Like you said it earlier. I said it when I watched the game on Saturday. This is the Joaquin that I got so excited about at the end of last year. Like, this is the guy I was expecting us to go into the season with. And for whatever reason, it hasn't been that, but it was. And so I was very excited to see Joaquin. And so that gives you great opportunity now. Like I say, I don't know why Zach didn't play, but you've got Zach and you've got Joaquin, you've got Collazo and Calzada, names that are so similar that, geez, I get confused at times about which one I'm talking about. Not which one I'm talking about, but making sure I say the right name, because Calzada and Collazo, the C's, the Latin influence, the Z's in there. There's a lot to
3 syllables.
These two guys together, you know? Yeah. So Calzada and Collazo, though, I'm perfectly fine at this point from what I've seen from Joaquin and what I know we've seen in the last few games from Zach. I'm okay. Whichever one coach feels like gives us the best chance to win the game, and that may have simply been what the decision was this week, is in practice throughout the week, this is the guy that I think gives us the best chance to win. And if that's the way this went down, then props to coach, because that was the right guy to have in there. Now, we didn't win, but you can't put that on Joaquin. Like, at no point can you put this game at Joaquin's feet and go, wow, if Joaquin had played a little better, we would have won. If he had no interceptions, The only turnover we had was just a really unfortunate, just bounce of the ball kind of play.
Yeah, that one really hurt too, because that was putting us in scoring position like big time.
Oh, I think we
It's right on the
I
1
think
yard
if he
line.
does not drop the ball, I think he actually scored on the play. If he keeps the ball and keeps his feet or dives forward, and it does not get punched out of his hand, and again, that's not on him. It's just one of those unlucky plays. I think that he ends up getting ruled in the end zone, and man, just a rough thing to happen.
Hey, look at that. Hey, Mass Bandito, I need confirmation on this. Is this true? I know that my buddy, the Mass Bandito, he is a fellow Broncos fan, but I did not know this about Joaquin Collazo, which makes me just love the guy even more. If this is true, I gotta confirm that with him. I didn't know that. That's yeah.
Look who pops in as we keep rolling here. There's RC Woods.
Hey, RC.
The great RC Woods. RC, we were talking a little bit about this era. We talked about the command post era since I finally found this art and put it up.
Nice.
But I wanted to wait until you were back on to mention that it is exactly 6 years to the day since we announced this show and the name of this show, the Smoking Guns Podcast. I have a post here from Facebook from you with our graphic and announcing our 6 years ago today.
Wow. How
We've
exciting.
been doing this show for 6 years.
We all
That
look
is
exactly the
amazing.
same. Bring that picture
We
up.
do.
Look how much
Yeah.
alike we look. We don't
Look,
age
no
a
change.
day.
No
None.
change. I love that my beard has not only gotten shorter, but darker, because that's
Darker.
naturally how things happen.
Yes.
Hair gets darker, not whiter, over 6 years' time. This is a natural progression of the way hair works as you move through the time.
I wish my hair would do that, because mine is the complete opposite. You definitely see the whites coming in here, but
Hey, stick around after we go off, and I'll tell you how to make that work.
is it better? Is it more sleep? Better sleep. You gotta
Yes.
sleep more.
I'll give you all the secrets after we get off here. It's really simple, actually. It's very simple. It takes about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Wow. Okay.
Jordan Stubing saying, I wish I looked the same from when I started this thing. Buddy, we don't have near the stress and work that you and April and your entire crew have to make this thing go. We're not going to pretend that this job sitting behind some microphones and talking about the team is near what you guys on that side, the organizational side, or the guys on the football side have. We have the easiest job in this whole pantheon of Gunslinger Nation, and we love it.
And I gotta say, and not to, don't take it the wrong way, but Jordan, you're still a beautiful man, brother. There's nothing wrong with that. And also the stress that we're talking about that Philip mentions, because it doesn't get said enough. I've got to tell you, it is appreciated, brother.
It
Definitely appreciated. If that helps you feel even a little bit better, we love you for what you guys do, you and April especially.
I love the moment between the third and fourth quarter. We got to see it on the broadcast where Duke went out on the field with the t-shirt cannon and was learning how in real time to fire the t-shirt cannon with that suit on, because that can't be an easy thing. That was pretty cool. So let's talk a little bit more about the game. Jordan says, thanks, buddy. Why did not pop up? There we go. Thanks, buddy. April looks even better. I don't know what's going on. They always do, man.
Yeah.
They always do. They always do this better than we do it, and I don't get it. I don't understand. It is how it is. So let's talk a little bit about
wearing camouflage.
Why are you wearing a camouflage, RC?
Because I'm hunting for that win.
There you go. We
got
two more opportunities, and we can still make the playoffs with 2 wins and 2 Tucson losses. Let's talk a little bit about that, Leo. What have we got coming up? Well, we've got an easy one at the end of the season. We go to Iowa to play the Barnstormers. Leo, I don't ever want to say a game is a given. That just doesn't happen. But you should beat Iowa. Like the Gunslingers should beat Iowa. That shouldn't even be a thing that we're worried about or concerned about. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I mean that there's a reason why they say that's why they play the games.
Sure.
But you got to be
Absolutely.
pretty confident. You got to be pretty confident going into that one.
Iowa feels like a win for that matter.
Ralph.
For that matter, I'm going to get to it, Ralph. I'm going to get to it.
We're
But yes,
getting there. We're
there's a
getting there.
chance.
Give us a chance. Give us some time.
For that matter, also at the end of the season, the Tucson Sugar Skulls have to play the red hot San Diego Strike Force at the end of the season. So I think that that's another one of those, like, if you made me bet, I would say San Diego wins that game. So that means that everything really comes down not to that final week of the season, because I think we win that game and I think that they lose that game. It really all comes down to this week, where we welcome in a good but reeling, like not as good as they looked at the beginning of the season, Arizona Rattlers team. And Tucson is going to play the Northern Arizona Wranglers, a team that beat them 2 weeks ago.
I like it.
But the repeat.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, and if that were to happen, if we win, if they lose, when we come on here next week, I'm going to feel really good about the opportunity to make the playoffs. And yes, Ralph, and I'm with Mo. Mo says, I can hear this comment.
Yeah.
And the comment she's talking about is Ralph's playoffs.
We're
talking about playoffs. I just hope we win a game.
I know.
Is how that ended, is how Jim Mora ended that. Playoffs. I just hope we win a game, as he was the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. We can win a game. We can win 2 games. We can walk into the playoffs, and then, hey, in the playoffs, anything can happen.
We just need to get over that, whatever it is that keeps us from there's that invisible barrier. These last 2 games, both should have been wins. Both were just right in the grasp. And you hope we get that figured out. We hope you get that. Our guys get angry enough, get focused enough, to kind of just overcome that one, whatever it is, because it's killing us. It's killing us. Imagine the situation we'd be if we won the last 2 games. I mean, we'd be
absolutely.
Yeah. My voice, by the way, is a little hoarse and it's still because of the game on Saturday night. There were some comments in there about how this was probably the loudest that the Coliseum has been this season, and I would have to agree. The crowd was great. I don't think it was the largest crowd we have, but it was the loudest crowd we've had. It was the loudest crowd we've had. People were having a great time, really into the game. I mean, it was a very competitive and very fun game to watch. So, you know, it was a good time, man. All that was lacking was the win. That's it. One more. And we got one more at home, guys.
So close. Look, I know a lot of people have seen over the past 2 days, a lot of people have griped and complained about the call 3 plays from the end of the game in the end zone where it appears our receiver comes down with the ball in the end zone, and then as he goes to the ground, he loses control of the ball, and that was ruled an incomplete pass. And I'm going to make some people mad. I'm fixing to get into an argument with some people. I have watched it. I've watched it over and over again. That was the right call. That was the right call. He did not have full control of the ball at any point in the end zone, and he did not survive the ground. And I'm a rule guy. I love rules because I love objective rules. I do not like subjectivity in sports. And this is an objective thing that he just did not complete the catch. And it is what it is. Like, we had 3 more opportunities after that. So it's not like that's the reason we lost the game was this call. But even if it was the right call. Mo Ferrante also chiming in. He did not maintain possession and control. And Ralph says refs didn't even have to rule it as the Gunslingers were out of challenges. It was the right. I don't want it to be the right call. I'm not looking at it and saying, hey, obviously that's the way it goes. It just is. It's unfortunate. It hurts. It was such a good play. It would have been a spectacular catch. He did get 2 hands on it. He did drag it in toward his body, but at no point did, in that moment where he had his hands on the ball, dragged it into his body, did he really control the ball. He knocked it into himself, but if you watch the video as he goes to the ground, the ball is visible between his legs. He has no control over the ball as he goes to the ground.
If he had pinned it for a half a second longer up against his nalgas, against his butt when he was coming down, then I think we would have had more of an argument. But it was too short of a time. Then it just squirted up his body across his chest and onto the turf in the end zone. And man, he'd like to have that one back.
We're blaming the butts. Is that what you're saying? The nalgas? You're blaming the nalgas?
That's what I heard Leo do. I heard Leo was
if the nalgas were just a little more grippy.
We could go bad down this road real fast.
I don't know how else you want to say it, but it was really close to maintaining possession, but just not quite enough time with control of the ball.
Here's the key to, did we lose the game because of one call that you may not agree with? I personally do agree with it. I realize people did. Look, in the end of the game, in the last minute of the game, the San Antonio Gunslingers had 2 different opportunities to put the game away. The defense could have stopped Orlando, or the offense could have scored with 4 plays that they had. In both of those situations, they were not able to do either of those things, and we lost.
That was my biggest gripe.
You can point to one call in the midst of that last minute and say, well, here's why we lost. But really, we lost because we weren't able to do what we needed to do in both phases of the game. We did not get the stop that we needed, and that's okay. You don't get the stop, then you can go score. We did not score. And that's where we lost the game. And it's not anybody's fault. Everybody played hard. Everybody did their job. I think there's one moment, there's one thing that I would have done differently. I'm not the head coach, and Jonathan Bain knows I'm not the head coach because he knows that he works a lot harder than I do at this. I personally, Leo, RC, I would have tried with my very last play to kick a field goal. Do I think we would have made it? Probably not. It's a long field goal. Tyler did not have a great game. But that would have given him an opportunity to redeem himself, but he didn't have a great game. I understand why Jonathan Bain goes, no, I can't put it on his foot. He just hasn't given me the confidence. But after I try 3 times to score a touchdown and I can't score, I would have done what would have been the Hail Mary play to me at that point and tried to kick and win by 2 points. I'd have gone for it, but that's a gut thing. I'm not saying he's wrong for doing it the way he did it. I would have taken the shot at kicking the field goal, knowing that it's a long shot. It's a real long shot. But I've already tried this 3 times and I couldn't do it. I'm going to try something a little different this time and see if I can be successful there. Why not? But I don't think Jonathan Bain's wrong for going for it on that 4th play. It's just
at that point in the game, we had more success on the long pass than we had at kicking. I mean, everybody knows.
You're not wrong.
I'm a huge Tyler Huddle fan. Tyler Huddle. Come on, Tyler Huddle. I mean, I love you, man. I love Tyler. Tyler is a great guy, a great kicker. He's proven his ability on the field, but he is having a rough spot, and that was a rough game. and he needs to do better. I don't know if he's still struggling from the injury from earlier in the season, which is such bullcrap because it happened on a penalty that should, that didn't even get called, and it made me so angry. And little did I know how angry that should have made me, because it's affected him the rest of the season. Now, whether that ankle is still what's getting him, or there's some other things in here, because a lot of kicking is right in here. And because we know with repetition and just doing things over and over again, and it has to be done perfectly, and even more so in the indoor game, because the uprights are so freaking narrow. But yeah, I'm usually a big proponent of the kicking game in this game, in the indoor football game. And Bain has usually, argued against that, but in this case, I can't fault him for not going that way. But Tyler, man, it hurts my heart to see you struggling, man. I hope you get right with whatever it is that's bothering you, buddy. Ralph, Tyler's more angry than you, Leo. I'm sure. I'm certain that he is. And we've got 2 games left. 2 games to turn that around, turn that energy around, and take it out on these next 2 opponents. So that was one thing. But I want to. There's a comment from April Marie Trotter. What was the challenge that we lost?
Yeah.
And that was the thing I mentioned just a few seconds ago, that my biggest issue with this game was, and that's what the challenge was, April, 4th and 9, and we give up 9 and an 1/8 yard to the quarterback on a QB run on a 4th and 9. How do you give 9 yards up of open field on a 4th and 9? So that's when Philip, you said a little while ago, everybody did their job. I'm like, no, somebody missed their assignment. So I don't know who it was. Somebody missed their assignment.
I'll fight you on this. I disagree, because if you go back and watch that play, everybody is doing their job. There's just a big open part of the field, because the offensive play that they are running has dragged all of the coverage out of that void that exists. All of our defensive players that are rushing the quarterback, all 3 of them are tied up in good blocks. There was no holding. They're engaged. And there is just, because of the way the defense was set, I think it was a man-to-man call, but because of the way the defense is set and the way the offense ran the play, all of the defense is vacated, that part of the field, and he just is able to take off for 9.5 yards, 9 3/4 yards, whatever it was. It's not they weren't doing their job. Everybody's doing their job. It just was there. And he took advantage of it. He took what the defense gave him. It's rough to see. It's rough to feel, but I watched that play several times, because I was like, there's got to be a hold here. There's got to be something wrong. I was like you were. How does this happen? This can't happen. And then as I watched it more and more, I'm like, things like that, unfortunately, just
the way it worked out
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to see from the angle that we're at in the end zone, but I was just beside myself, like, because at 4th and 9, you got to believe in that this defense is going to get it done, and they just didn't. And that's what the challenge was, April. It was coach challenging the spot, because at that point, why not? It was such a critical play that it was worth the chance that he was short, because he had to extend to get it. And unfortunately, he got it.
Ralph here says we had him short. He had to dive for it. That's close. It was. I even went back, Ralph, and watched on the video. I watched our defensive player that made the tackle, because I was sure at first blush that he was held by the receiver that he came up against as he was making his way around that receiver to get to the quarterback to keep him from getting the first down. And then as I watched it on replay, he did not. He just made he made enough of a block to give his ball runner at that point enough room to get close enough to dive. It was just one of those things that just kind of happens. Everybody was doing their job and what they were supposed to do. I'm sure as they watched film in the Gunslingers nation this week, as they watched back to this game, they're looking at that play and going, I don't know what else we would have done. We're not going to leave a guy open and have a spy out there. I don't know what else to do. I can't imagine what else you could have done. It just so happens that they got exactly what they needed. I mean, to the inch. It was close, and I wish we could have stopped him. It would have made for a completely different game. April mentioning some rough face mask holding on our end that should have been called against the Pirates. Yeah, I've heard a couple of people talk about that a little bit.
I saw one on our side. I'm on the opposite side from where April is, or we are.
Right. Right.
And I definitely saw one on that side, and I heard of some others, and they didn't see certain calls. And then there was another one that was called a touchdown where I thought the defender clearly had there was a one that would have been a touchdown for us where the defender clearly had a hold of jersey and holding our receiver from running his route, and ref standing right there and just no call. I'm yelling at him, and he looks at me like I'm an idiot, which he does every play, so that's okay.
I think it's so frustrating because now it's multiple games that we've been so close. We were almost there to that win, and we just fall short. I think that's what's frustrating. I'm sure to the players, to the coaches, but also as
everybody.
Us fans. I mean, we really get into it. We're, cheering. We're, hoping that. And they're playing well. It's just we're falling short, and I don't know what the answer is to that.
The key is execution, and we've been talking about it. It's kind of been the word of the season is execution. And I'll be honest with you, for most of the game, just like the game in Vegas, for most of the game, execution was right where it needed to be. And then at the very end of the game, I won't even say we didn't execute so much as our opponent was able to execute just a little better than we were, and ended up stealing both the Vegas game and this game. It was just, it just happened. It's unfortunate, and I don't want to give anybody a free pass. I don't think I'm doing that. I just think we just didn't come up big where we needed to. The clutch factor just wasn't there on either of the. I mean, look, the Vegas game, it's just a lucky throw and catch. It's heart-wrenching when you think about it. Dallas Cowboys fans, if you're one of those, can tell you how gut-wrenching it is to have a ridiculous, no way it should be catch in the back of the end zone, because that happened in the 80s with the catch. There's no way Montana should complete that pass to Dwight Clark. That shouldn't happen. And yet they go to a Super Bowl, and Joe Montana becomes this hero, and Danny White is forgotten forever because of this just inexplicable moment that happened. And they happen in sports sometimes. That's all Vegas was. This one, we did have the opportunities. There were two there, one on defense, one on offense, last minute of the game. You know what's on the line. You know what you need to do, and you're just not able to execute. And that was it.
Yep, it's been an issue
all season.
Yeah. That's a challenge when you have so much youth, though. not to make excuses or not to put any. It's just it comes with the territory. But it's been a season now, and there is improvement. I mean, I gotta say, there's improvement. There's just that little something that's kept us these last two games, and it's been tough. But just to get back on a positive note, the crowd was amazing. Yes. Everybody had a great time, and we have one more to enjoy of those. And I hope we really come out and show up and are loud for this next game, because we need to win. Now every game's a must win now. If we want to take advantage of what little chance we have, there's still a window open, as you say, right, Philip. One other thing I wanted to talk about, having to deal with the officials, but there was another fan penalty, or what do you call it? A fan interference penalty this game. Apparently, the second time it's happened in the history of the San Antonio Gunslingers. And this time it happened directly next to me.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second, because You texted us about it, and I'm not sure I fully understood what you were telling me in the text. So tell us
the
what happened
wall at the end zone, and I know Ralph is with us right now, and he was the one who said something to me later after my text exchange with you guys.
April Trotter says it wasn't me this time.
It wasn't
me. I didn't.
April had the first fan interference penalty in Gunslingers history, and now the second one is to Stephanie Canto, another good friend of ours.
April, I want you to get the third one. April, I want you to be so obnoxious to Kevin Guy that you get a penalty. Yes. I want it.
That would be awesome.
I don't even care. That would be amazing. Care that it would penalize our team. I want you to be so obnoxious to Kevin Guy that the referees feel you are you've got to calm down and they give you a penalty. I want you to be that obnoxious with that guy because I think you can really get under that guy's skin easy. Like, I think you can absolutely throw that guy off. But anyway, back to Stephanie Cantu and her penalty.
Yeah, she's immediately to my right, and she's sitting in a chair. And you know, the top of the wall at that end zone at that end, it's pretty wide. I mean, it's like the width of my fat head. It's a good, I don't know, what is that, 9 inches, maybe even bigger. I mean, you can lean on it. There's room for your shoulders on there. And she's sitting on her chair on, obviously this side of the wall, just underneath the uprights, the goalposts for the kick. They had just scored, the Pirates did, and we had just scored, and we're kicking off. And this was one that Tyler Huddle went for the deuce on every single kickoff in this game. It felt like, I think he did. This was one that was just shy of making it and underneath the uprights. And it comes out and the receiver is there, but as he's running back, it's over his head and is going over the wall and is going to hit Stephanie in the face.
Oh my God.
It's going to hit her straight on in the face if she doesn't react. And I look over, she's standing, directly next to me, not even 2 feet away. And she puts her hands up in a natural defensive reaction. She's on this side of the wall. Yeah, her hands go forward a little bit, but nowhere near over the wall into the field of play. She is definitely on top of the wall, but maybe by 3 or 4 inches, not if maybe half of the width of the wall, and shields herself from the ball hitting her. She doesn't reach over. She doesn't reach in. She just protects herself from the ball hitting her. And then Steven immediately gives her some crap about not catching it because, we're down there in the end zone and it's kind of a game where everybody's trying to get every ball you possibly can. So the ball hits her in the hands, and as soon as that does, the receiver for the Pirates puts up his hand in a motion, and I'm wondering, is that him calling for a penalty? And then the referee hesitates for a moment and then calls the fan interference penalty after some discussion. Now,
bogus.
Technically, that might be the correct call. I don't know for certain. I have heard a couple of different things. I heard one that on that end of the field, the field of play ends with the wall. It's a horizontal line that goes up directly with the inside edge of the wall, which in that case, the ball was out of play. She was merely protecting herself. She was not reaching over the wall. She was just with her hands slightly extended in front of her and not even halfway over the wall. And then I heard from some other people later on saying, no, the ball has to completely clear the wall and go outside for it to be considered out of play, even on the end zone there. I don't know what the correct answer is.
Well, Leo, I don't know the correct answer, but I know somebody who does because he studied the rule book back and forth. He has been the fourth member of the Smoking Guns podcast for a couple of years now, but no year has he been more valuable than this year, where we have been bouncing in and out a lot, and Ralph has saved our bacon a couple of times, and Ralph knows this rule book back and forward, and he can explain to you why this is a penalty, because he knows. I don't know it the way he knows it. What is it, Ralph?
Phil, I was literally sitting on my couch watching the Smoking Guns podcast, as I am wont to do on a Monday, and join the chat, when I realized, I need to come into my room and turn on my camera and maybe my lighting and join the podcast. Okay, so enough of that nonsense. Let's get into the belly wall. Okay, the inside of that flat part. Leo, you talked about the flat, the about 8-10 inches wide, that flat part.
Mm-hmm.
The moment a fan reaches over the part of that their belly would be resting against, hence the name belly wall, the inside of that wall, and places their fingers over that belly line where your belly would be against the wall, fan interference. That's the rule.
It's the outside of the wall, horizontal line from the outside where you're
her side of the wall. So her reaching her arms up to block, totally natural reaction.
Yeah.
Did she reach her hands over that inside? Oh, come on, ref. Give me a freaking break. So I get both sides, but I wanted to come on here and no, the official was not making something up. Yes, that's legitimate fan interference as it is in the rule book. But the poor woman was trying not to catch a ball, not to interfere with play, but to save her face from leaving the game with a bruise. I mean, come on now. Come on now.
Even Mo asked, what did you want her to do? That's what Mo asked. What do you want her to do?
What is she supposed to do?
Just let the ball hit her in the face?
No one is wrong here. Anyway, I guess thanks for letting me come on, and I guess I'll leave because I'm like that when they call back to the rules official and the person shows up, but that doesn't mean they're on for the rest of the show.
Okay, Ralph. By the way, nice summer beard you got going on there. While you're off of school. You've grown out the beard. I like it.
And since it's like a commercial introduction here, you'll notice I have the Matanga's Mount Rushmore pizza lid back here. Nice. There's another one of George Washington in the other corner from Matanga's. Thanks for letting me endorse them.
Yeah, Matanga's is great. Did you hear someone broke into one of them? Shame on you people. Come on. Family-owned business.
I think that was the New Braunfels one, the new one that they had just done, and these cretins came in, or maybe it was at the main location where we always have our watch parties. It's happened before. In fact, just when we were doing the show at Branded, they were recovering from another break-in the same spot. They had wood in place in one of those panels. So maximum love for the folks at Matanga's. Great place to get a pizza. Our prayers and hopes for Matt and Hanga continuing to do great things despite bad things happening to them.
The pizza is so good, people are breaking in after hours. Don't you know the pizza isn't ready when you break in after hours? That's not the way this works. It's not just sitting there ready for you.
You know what? I'm glad that these people weren't coming for the pizza, because it just shows they have no taste. And they're not good people, because good people know not to rob a good pizza place.
Yeah,
I love
kidding.
I love that Leo says,
saying, Sal, it's not a good thing to mess with the good pizza places in the town. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I love that Leo says, family-owned business, like it's okay to break into a McDonald's and get what you can get. But
no, I'm just saying, have a little sympathy. It's a struggle. But I will say this. Those guys or those people, that whoever they were, they're going to have a lot of gordos upset with them. And San Antonio is full of us gordos. So you better watch out.
Yeah.
We're not happy. That's just wrong. Come on, man.
It's not family out here. It's familia.
So
family in New York. Here it's familia.
So Matt and Inga do a great job with pizza, and it just so happens here in my town in Mount Vernon, Texas, up here in the northeast corner of the state, we have a pizza place already set up that is on the block to be sold. I think it's time for a Matanga's North. I think it's time for Matangas
seriously,
North, man.
Philip,
Are you-
do you
are you
have
volunteer to
his
man-
Be the boss
information?
there.
Are you
want-
volunteering?
Do you
No.
know that? Do you know, Philip, that we've booked all the watch parties with Matt, and somehow we have a way to get a hold of Matt? Are you telling me live on the Smoking Guns podcast you'd like me to reach out to Matt to contact you about expansion opportunities in the great state of Texas?
He can just go on Facebook and search Milano's Mount Vernon. They've posted it like 4 times
But
in the
who's
past
going
couple of
to
days.
who's going
So-
to tell him to do that?
Well, I think we just did.
You should do that. I think it's time for Matangas North. I would love to have Matangas right here in Mount Vernon. That'd be great.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave now because I've got somebody to contact. Huh?
I'd love
Huh?
it.
Good.
I'd
Is that
love
good
it. If we
exit?
could have
Is
a
that can I go
Matangas
now?
North, I'm
Can
like,
Can I go now?
get out of here.
Oh,
And you're out.
thanks, Ralph.
Uh,
Ralph's always great. Hey, I want to get back to this conversation about April Marie Trotter throwing a ball at Coach Kevin Guy's face and how we're all behind
I don't
her
think
and doing
anybody
that.
said that. Did anybody say that necessarily?
is
We
that
just
what we
want her
thought?
to get.
Kick him
We're
in the
just
face?
needing her to get under his skin. And Jordan
Oh.
Stubing says, "Hey, look, I'm not saying we will reward you if you get under Crybaby Kevin's skin, but it's possible." Somebody later on, I think it was Josh, said it's not a reward; it's community service.
I thought I heard someone say hit him with a chair. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Oh, this is not WWE now. It's not WWE.
I mean, there are people talking about, hey, worst case, we'll bail you out.
Yeah.
Now, I
And,
will be on the field with the 6-shooters, so I can throw a pom-pom. Is that illegal?
Ooh, fake the pom-pom slip. It slips
Yeah.
out of your hand and
I'm
hits
a
him right in the
rookie. I
head.
didn't know. Boom.
Oh, make it extra heavy pom-poms too.
All
I
right. That's our plan.
As
I'm gonna get
thin-skinned
that
as he showed
third,
himself to be all
interference.
year long, and the fact that April is just perfectly situated right there next to the bench, she's going to be right there at his shoulder the whole game, and I know she has no trouble giving grief to the opposing teams. Like,
April's
this is
gonna
perfect.
Be with me
This is
on
the perfect
field.
storm.
April's going to be with me with the pom-poms.
Like the whole game?
They said we can come out during a timeout. So my plan is to get there early, and whatever the first timeout is, that's what I'm going to do.
Wear some cowboy boots, RC, that are 2 sizes too large, and then make a kick out towards his direction, and the boot will just fly off and right at his head.
You have a lot of confidence in me that I will even get a kick that far up. The old boot's going to come off. I'm going to go pom-pom.
I'm going to go completely the other direction because Kevin Guy is who he is. I don't think anybody needs to physically do anything to him. I think you can just direct enough ire his direction that he will just lose his mind. I think at some point he's so thin-skinned that if you just stay on him constantly for the whole game, he's so thin-skinned, I think he'll just erupt at some point and he'll be the one. It's like the hockey player that never does anything illegal, but just pesters the guy long enough until the guy turns around and swings his stick at him and gets a 5-minute major for high sticking. That's the kind of thing I want to see happen. Like, don't do anything illegal. Just direct your words and your ire at him long enough that you just get under his skin and he just blows. I want to see the top of Kevin Guy's head just go on the feed on where is that game? Is that on? That better not be on Yahoo. I think it is.
Oh, you know what?
Is there a rule on fan interference with pom-poms? Maybe Ralph might know the answer.
Probably.
I don't think there's anything in the rule book about a chair, though.
I get the chair. I'm not throwing the chair.
It's on Yahoo, so we won't be able to watch the video over and over again. But it is what it is. But no, I think you could just this is for everybody, not just April. Like, April's really good at it and she could do it, but for everybody, like, make sure you just give Kevin Guy. Don't worry about their players. Their players are out there just doing a job Forget about them, even if they're jerks. Forget about them. Concentrate all of your ire on Kevin Guy on the sidelines. Just razz him and give him the hardest time he's ever had. Look, I'm usually not this guy. I'm usually the guy that says, hey, let's welcome our friends in. It's just the game. Not this guy. This guy needs it. He deserves it. And so everybody just direct every bit of ire you can at this guy. Get under his skin because you can. You can affect the game. Normally, you can affect it by just being a loud crowd and in your team's pocket and doing what they need you to do. But here, I think there's a real opportunity to get under Kevin Guy's skin so badly that you can throw off their entire team because he's the one making the calls. He's the one making the decisions.
Well,
and I think you can get him.
Mass Bandito saying he's going to bring his drum. I think he should just follow
Ooh,
Kevin
I like
Guy
the drum
around
idea.
wherever he is on the field and just drum away during every timeout, every play, like right there on the wall, right where Kevin Guy is standing. Just drum away the entire game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, there's a possibility that officials will come along and ask you to stop on that. Like that's riding that edge where they could actually come along and be like, hey, you need to cut it out.
It's home field advantage.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Maybe we can start a chant like bye bye guy, bye bye. Bye bye guy, bye bye.
I like
That's
it.
easy
Go
enough.
for it. Go for it. Like I think that kind of stuff absolutely will get under Kevin Guy's skin in such a way. And hey, what better time to ride the line and do maybe just a little more than is nice than Outlaw Night, because it's Outlaw Night, and
It is Outlaw Night.
So we're all bad anyway.
Right, exactly.
We're all outlaws.
While you're doing that, Philip, I just love
Nope.
good sportsmanship. So I'm going to bring up, if I can get this mouse thing to work, I want to bring up this comment from a fan of the Pirates,
Chris.
Pirate supporter.
Chris has been a long time, kind of, I don't want to call him a lurker, but he's been around the indoor community for a long, long time. We've interacted with him before. He is a Pirates fan. He's an Orlando guy, if I remember correctly. Go ahead.
Yeah, as a Pirates supporter, y'all played a solid football game, and Coach Bain will have that program playing at a high level in 2027. Thank you very much for saying that, and I do believe you are correct.
Yep.
Yeah, man, we almost had you guys. But it's great to see good sportsmanship because you don't always see that, unfortunately.
Thank you.
Ralph says, check your text, Philip. We get business done on SGP. I have a text right now from Matt of Matangas. Like, I just kind of threw it out there as a lark, but I know it's a pizza restaurant, and I know it's right here, and I know it's set up and ready to go. So they could expand and have all of Texas, and should, because they're that good. Their product is awesome. Jordan Stubing, I don't even read his stuff when he puts it in. I just put it up on the screen. Anytime we're on defense, we want as much noise as possible. We can't make noise after the break of the huddle, but y'all can. He means that the
fans
sound system, the PA system, once they break the huddle, is not allowed to make noise, not allowed to pump in, music or noise, but we can. They can't stop the fans. They can, but they shouldn't. There you go.
Yeah, bring it. Bring the noise. Bring the drums. Bring the bells. Bring
Jordan
it all.
Stubing,
Don't bring the chair. I was just kidding.
Yeah, not the
Jordan
chair.
Stubing.
I'm bringing the pom-poms.
Jordan Stubing says we should also hire a mime to stand behind Kevin and make fun of everything he does. This is what I'm talking about.
I love
that. This is
idea.
genius, because that will get under his skin. He is so thin-skinned that he won't be able to stand it. He will absolutely self-destruct within a quarter if you were to do something like that. Absolutely self-destruct.
Everybody bring a poster that says bye bye guy.
Whatever. Just bring a poster that specifically deals with what a crybaby and thin-skinned tool. What have I called him all season long? Tool. Kevin Guy is.
We just don't know what kind of tool. A screwdriver, a hammer, a nail bit.
See, I think you're giving out a great sign. Like
Yes.
exactly what kind of tool is Kevin Guy is a great sign that he will read and not understand because he doesn't watch a Smoking Guns podcast. And he'll be like, that'll get in his head. Like the whole time he'll be like, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means. But we know that he's a tool. We just don't know what kind of tool. Cry guy.
I like that. Or bye guy.
That should be the chant.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Like I started this as a joke, but I think you can get under this guy's skin. I think you can affect the game by getting under his skin so badly that he just implodes and wants to get out of San Antonio as fast as possible. And normally I want us to be hospitable, but not to this guy, not to this tool, this dude.
If the refs penalize the fans, let them really give them a reason to penalize. You have to penalize the whole Coliseum.
I mean, I would be glad to take it. If Kevin Guy gets put in his place and we end up with a 15-yard penalty, I'm okay with it. Snap on guy. He won't know. He'll have no idea what that means. He'll be like, I don't understand what that means.
I do think I was going to comment on that one. Yeah, go ahead.
Jordan Stubing, every time he starts throwing a fit, we play a crying sound. Yes. You need to absolutely cue up a crying baby. Because he will, and you'll get to use it. Like I guarantee that will be time well spent if you go find a crying baby.
If you could superimpose his face on the baby, you could superimpose his face on the baby too on the video, and the baby's like, that would be awesome.
Oh, I'm okay with it. I love it. In fact, I wish I could be there for it. Oh man, just incredible.
Robert Seco can make that happen. I don't. He's too nice a guy. I don't know if he would, but he could.
Have the mascot do the miming of Guy. It would work. I'm telling you, it would work. Like he'll hate it. He'll be in a sanitarium by the end of this game. That's what I want to hear. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, give him a baby bottle with a Gunslinger sticker on it, or just have them. Just have baby bottles. Just pacifiers.
Baby bottles are
cheap. Oh my gosh! How much are cheap pacifiers?
Pacifiers.
You can get like a pack of cheap pacifiers and just throw them at him on the field. Like I realize
that might be crossing a line.
Well, if we could get his address, we could start mailing pacifiers to him, and you have no idea what it means.
We're not going to dox the guy. Like I don't like the guy, but I'm not going to give out his address or anything.
That should be the Gunslingers giveaway for the game. Is a bunch of pacifiers. Can you imagine what they will say on the broadcast if fans start throwing pacifiers at Kevin Guy? Like they'll have no idea what that is. They'll have no idea how to handle that, but they can't deny it. They can't just not say anything about it on the broadcast. Like they have to. They have to say something about it. Oh
that's
man.
Hilarious.
This could be a lot of fun, folks. This could be a lot of fun.
Well, their fans sit right behind where they play. We can put pacifiers on all the seats. And all the fans would be like, why we got a pacifier? Because you have a baby for a coach.
Baby bottle pops. This is great. We can put a pack of them in the coach's locker room for him. Just a pack of pacifiers.
I've seen fans get real creative with poster boards out there. A big poster board with a pacifier on it. You know, wah. Yep.
Yeah. And look, if he brings this on himself in a way, because if he would just be a decent, I don't mind if you're a hard-nosed coach. I like that. That's fine. But if you're just a decent person and not an absolute tool, then it doesn't matter because we could do all this stuff and it wouldn't bother you. But because you're a thin-skinned little tool, it will bother you. So I want to do more of it because I want to get under your skin because you frustrate me. And I can't be there to do it because I can't get there in time for a game on a Sunday afternoon. But you guys can. You guys could do this and absolutely just drive the guy wild. I'm down. Let's do it. Everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching.
This is the last home game. What do we have to lose?
I don't
want to say the game. I don't want to say the game.
If I get if I get a naughty from the IFL, if Todd Tryon sends me an email and like that was a low blow, I'm fine. I'm okay. What's he gonna do? He can't fine me. I don't play for the league. We don't
fire us.
We're not. He can't fire us. No, I'm down. Like, this is great. Absolutely, give this guy.
We're our own show. We can say and do what we want on our show because we're not affiliated with anybody.
That's true.
April says it right. As a coach, he needs to stay respectful, and he doesn't. That's correct. That's correct. And this kind of stuff will absolutely Jordan, everybody to relieve their history after this. Can they eject us from the game? April, I think they can't.
Probably.
Like, I think there is probably a stipulation in the rule book somewhere that they could absolutely eject unruly fans. But the things that it would take are not what I'm saying we should do.
Well, I think throwing pacifiers at him would probably qualify.
Yeah, probably.
Just throwing an item at him. But
freedom of speech,
taunting him, the poster boards, the crying, the baby with his head superimposed on the Jumbotron, the mime, none of that stuff is touching him or threatening him in any way. So none of that would get anybody thrown out for sure.
She said, but I will go down in Gunslingers history.
I love it. We would talk about you, April Marie, like the entire next show. Like that would be the show. Let's talk about our fan who got ejected and why.
I can remember watching one coach of the Freeman Coliseum get so worked up over officials that I thought he was like, I was genuinely worried about his health. And later he would become a Gunslingers head coach. But Tom Manas came our first year we were in the NAL with Albany to the Freeman Coliseum. And I used to stand over in that open end zone right between the two teams. I stood right under that goalpost. For like a whole season, I stood there. And Tom Manas got so upset during a game with the referees and some of the calls that they were making that I was legitimately worried about his health. Like, he's not a young guy, neither am I. I'm not saying he's old or anything like that, but he's not a young guy, and he was so worked up, and his face was bright red and like veins popping out in his neck, kind of mad, that I was legitimately worried about his health. And I didn't like that. But if you do that to Kevin Guy, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with that if he gets that upset.
There's the pastor.
Kevin the Tool Guy.
Yeah.
Kevin the Tool, ... and then Guy real small at the bottom of the sign.
A photoshopped logo with his face and a pacifier is totally legal. Just so you know.
Just so we know.
It's Outlaw Night. No better way to go in and be out. Look.
We're going with the theme. We're going with the theme.
One of two things will happen around the league. They will look at San Antonio and go, what a bunch of, jackals. Somebody mentioned the Spurs jackals earlier. What a bunch of jackals to give Kevin Guy a hard time. But you know what? I think Kevin Guy's known well enough around the league at this point and around the indoor football league that most people will catch on and they'll go, oh, wait. We can disrupt the Arizona Panthers, Arizona Rattlers just by disrupting Kevin Guy. I think this could catch on. I think this could become a league-wide thing.
Yeah, imagine if we started a trend and everybody in the IFL started doing that to him. That would be awesome.
April says, somebody bring me bottles and pacifiers to Suite 10A right next to the opposing team. I promise I will get under his skin. Outlaw Night. Let's do it. Somebody mentioned earlier, Jordan, correct me if I'm wrong. Did somebody say something about koozies? Are we doing outlaw koozies for this game? Yes, no. Don't take my word for it. Jordan will tell me here in just a minute. Arizona baby Rattlers. Oh my gosh, it's already there. They're the Rattlers.
They're called the buttons, right? Isn't a baby rattler called a button?
Yes,
but like a rattle.
No, yeah,
like a baby rattle.
I love it.
Oh, great stuff. Bandanas. Oh, okay. First 1,000, I'm guessing.
Bandana and a pacifier.
Getting bandanas. Bass Bandito says craft stores should have bottles and pacifiers. Absolutely. Go to Hobby Lobby. Go to the baby shower part
Can
of
we
Hobby
take
Lobby or
balloons in there?
Party City. I don't think you can get balloons in there.
Because they do
I don't think
have
you should.
baby bottle balloons.
Yeah, those you probably can't take in there, I would think.
Yeah, I don't know. Ooh. Talk amongst yourselves. I want to show off the new uniform, and I just got it in my stuff, so I got to get it over to my computer. But Outlaw Night is here, and we're gonna have new uniforms. Hey, what did everybody think of the Patriot uniforms? Speaking of,
so I got
location.
Okay, yeah, lots of people were having fun with that. I happen to know a little story that I heard in the grapevine, just from behind the scenes, that the huge cross gun logo on the front of the pants was supposed to be much smaller and like on the belt, like a belt buckle almost, and it was an error that it was that large. I don't know if that's true. That's what I heard. I think we've got people here with the show right now that could confirm or deny that if they felt so inclined. But that's from what I heard, that was not how it was supposed to be there. Jordan Stubing, that's not where it was placed in the design, and then facepalm. So yeah, there were some people having a good laugh over that. But despite that, I thought they looked pretty cool. I mean, they were cool, uniforms. Other than the misplaced giant cross guns right in the crotchal area.
Did you say crotchal?
Yeah, I heard people joking about guns up.
Shooting blanks, I thought was funny. Shooting blanks. Bang bang.
Yeah, Jordan.
We can go on and on. Today
again.
has gone really left field for today's show.
But I thought overall the uniforms looked pretty cool, man. I mean, I thought they were, other than that little whoopsie, I thought they looked great.
I like them. I thought they looked great on my screen. I will say one thing, and Ralph and I have both had this conversation. I hope I don't get him in trouble. I am glad I did not have to sit up in the crow's nest of a broadcast booth and try to read those numbers. And that doesn't matter to anybody but the guy who has to do that, and they get paid money now, real money from the league to do that. So I'm not saying poor them. Like, they get that job and they should love that job, but those numbers would be hard to read from a distance. I'll say that much. The red and white striped one will give you fits if you're trying to read that from a distance. So I was glad when I saw them on the field. I'm like, woo, I am glad I am not calling this game. And I know Ralph felt the same way. So I'm getting close here. I should have something to show people here in a minute.
April asking if anyone got the game worn jersey. I'm assuming she's talking about the silent auction on the game worn jerseys. I don't know if anybody.
Randy Carroll mentioned someone that won because the fourth quarter was so high intensity that they ran out of time, or it was time management. But I can't remember who won though. It wasn't me.
I did not bid this time around, mostly because I can't afford to at this point in time. So much going on right now, but I'm sure some lucky people got some pretty cool jerseys and memories over the weekend. Congratulations to the winners. If there's anybody on the show.
Well, you'll see a new jersey, a new uniform design on Sunday as the Gunslingers welcome in the Arizona Rattlers and our favorite person in the world, Kevin Guy. You get to see an all-new variant of the jersey. It is the Outlaw variant. It's one of my favorites that we do year after year. And here it is. It is a red, white, and blue, but black with a black undertone. Looks like it's got the paisley sort of bandana look to the black and then the flames in red, white, and blue. There you go. There's what you'll see your Gunslingers on the field on in their final home game on Sunday.
That's kind of cool. I'm trying to see what the design is in the black. Like you say, yeah, it looks like a bandana design.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I love the flames.
Very cool.
Yeah, as I
The
zoom in on it here on my computer, I can't do it there, but as I do it here, you'll notice it is the paisley sort of look of a bandana in there.
Yeah.
And Jordan says, and nothing in the crotch area. I think he meant there, Leo, crotchal. I think he meant
crotchal.
the crotchal area.
No, the crotchal area. Although in the pants, it looks like there's a design, and I don't know if it's just on this thumbnail that's like circulating that area.
Little bit.
That's kind of funny, just a little bit, but yeah,
Little bit.
yeah, that's probably not going to show up like that.
Is there? I say this knowing that I'll have to do all of the gymnastics over again to ask him this. Is there a fan jersey that you guys are going to have out there on Sunday?
Those are cool. I like those.
He says, yeah, it's bandana print under the whole thing. Absolutely. I love it. And Mass Bandito, literally fire. Always good looking stuff from Jordan. And this is no different. Another great outlaw night that he's put together graphically. I have one. I have an outlaw ball here. It's up there. You probably can't see it. It's this one right here, I think. Is my outlaw ball from last year.
Cool.
Mo,
why are you so
these are conversations we can't have on the show. We can't talk about that. Chase Risman says, a better question, when will player jerseys be available? I assume you're asking about like an auction. And that will be a question for Jordan. Mass Bandito, I don't know how Jordan comes up with these designs. It's so cool. He's got that brain that can do this thing. He's got that brain. And look, he also sometimes spends a while working on something that he has to just trash. Like I've seen the designs that he's working on and trying to find and trying to make work, and he just ends up trashing them because he doesn't like it. And now those are few and far between. He's got that brain that just comes up with this stuff and makes it look really, really great. But not every one is something that he puts out there. He is careful about what he puts out there. And there are some times that he's come up with some stuff and just said, hey, that's not good enough. That's not my standard. That's not up to my standard. And he's
a good one.
Thrown it in the trash. God gifted Jordan. That's how he does it, Ralph said.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Jordan responding, we typically option off game worn jerseys after the season. So those those
Chase is asking more about like buying a jersey. Like if you buy your favorite player from the NFL, you could actually buy a jersey with that player's number and name on the nameplate. I think that's what he's asking. And I mean, that's a good question. It might be a little bit difficult to do it at this level with the type of turnover you have from season to season. If you order too many, you have too much product left over that no one wants to buy anymore.
That's exactly it.
That can make it difficult. Now they could maybe offer a custom jersey option at the end of the season or between seasons, and you can order whatever you want, a number and a name. That might be something that they might consider, but I don't.
Huddle.
Yeah, Huddle be a great one. Goyasu would be a great one. But yeah, it's a situation where that's how I got my Kali Rashad jersey, or one of my Kali Rashad jerseys, was ordering a jersey like that when they did a custom. This was a while back though.
Yeah, and I do have a fan jersey. I'm trying to drag that up for you right now. Jordan's saying we are going to be much more active in off season this year. There's definitely something we could do in that time. Let me download these pictures, and then I got to flip one because it came in funny. But I think I can fix it. It may take me a second. Amazon store. Ralph says, yeah, it's an Amazon store. It'd be great. Where you could order what you wanted custom and then have it printed and sent to you.
Yeah, but then our gunslingers don't get anything from that. That's the only thing. Like,
yeah,
it's their IP and their and you know their logo and you know we're trying to support our team. So I'm not saying don't do it because there's some cool things you could get done that way, but it would be better if the gunslingers could come up with a way to do it. Is what I'm saying. And apparently, apparently they're thinking of some ideas. Jordan is saying so in the off season. So wait till next season, and hopefully there'll be some opportunities there.
All right, I think. Let me check and see if I've got this done correctly. Image files, this and this. Oh, you won't do two at the same time. Okay, you're going to make things hard on me, huh? Pay no attention to me. I'm just talking to myself.
All right, fine.
All right, here you go. Front of your fan outlaw jersey for Sunday. They look like this on the front. Again, the paisley pattern with the flames, blue collar. And then on the back, an outlaw 26. Again, the 26 is inlaid with that that paisley pattern, that bandana pattern.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Look. I love the front of this. The front of this is
I love the front.
Legitimately awesome. I gotta. Do you ship? Do you ship to Mount Vernon? May need to shoot you guys $50 and get one of these so that I can be on the show with one.
And I'm just gonna throw this out there since we tend to throw ideas out on this show for the Gunslingers people, Jordan and everybody else who listens. So the oversized cross guns in the crotchal area on our players' pants, football pants, uniforms, it's probably not the best look or the look that you desire, but
there's a but.
Conversely,
okay,
if you were to take that same design and do it on some shorts for fans to purchase that they could wear, that may actually be a fun type of purchase for certain members of the fan base that might actually enjoy sporting that logo in that size and in that area as just some kind of a cool thing to have. Might be an idea.
Maybe not so much on the field. Idea.
It's gonna pass.
It's an idea. You're correct. Not wrong there. And Jordan saying he's got some t-shirt designs he's working on. Always good to hear.
Always, yeah.
We can always use some more. Oh, shorts. He said shorts, not shorts. Shorts. Leo wants cross guns over his junk though. Apparently that's what he wants.
Are you going to be the first ones to buy them, Leo?
Well, it was my idea, so I think I would be obligated to buy a pair, probably.
You absolutely would. If he actually produced these shorts and you did not buy a pair, I would call you out on the show and be like, "You didn't get them. You brought it up."
You know what? I would buy a pair and I would wear them. I would wear them, and when people would ask me, I would be proud to tell them what that is all about.
And you're gonna go bang bang. Is that what you're gonna do too?
I don't know about that.
All right. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to football. Let's start talking about really back in. No, some great ideas, some great looking stuff from Jordan for Outlaw Night. Your final opportunity to get out of the Freeman Coliseum and see some indoor football, unless something really weird happens. No, not even if something really weird happens. There's no chance that a playoff game would be played in the Freeman Coliseum, even if we make the playoffs. Because we would make it in the fourth slot. Anybody else we would take on in the playoffs would be seated above us. Ralph, am I right on this? Anybody that we played would be seated above us. So this will be the final game at Freeman Coliseum, whether we make the playoffs or not. The guns will not be located in that area. Sorry. Jordan said.
It's funny that he's even apologizing for that.
I always thought the best thing to do would be to take the crossed guns and tilt them instead of up, down, and put them right on the shirt tail of the shirt so that if you tuck in the shirt to the football pants, it looks like you're carrying a set of guns right there at the belly, right in the waistband of the pants. It looks like there are guns sitting there. I always thought that would be the way to go. And maybe on the back, because again, crossed guns right over the front, probably not a good idea. But right there on the back, and just have, instead of tilting them up, you tilt them down and then put them right on the shirt tail so that when it's tucked in, it looks like you've got a pair of 6-shooters tucked into the back of your pants. I always thought that was the way to go.
But it's guns
Ralph
up.
Ralph says, yes, correct. No more home games. Even if we make the playoffs, this will be the final game at Freeman Coliseum for the season, not the final game ever, obviously. They did. They had them on the legs at once upon a time. I liked that. We don't do guns down around here, Philip. I'm just tucked into you know what I'm talking about. Mo likes my idea. She says that's an interesting idea. I do get it. Guns down is not what we're going for.
That would be like making a shirt with a Dallas Cowboy star upside down, though. Like,
yeah, nobody's ever done that. There used to be a very prominent starter jacket that Jimmy Johnson wore all the time when he was the head coach of the Cowboys that had the Cowboy star upside down on it. You go back and see, I'm sure you can find pictures of that. It was a starter jacket, and for whatever reason, the way that the shirt was designed and the logo was designed, the star was turned upside down on the back of the jacket. I never understood what that was, but that's happened. Like, that has legitimately happened.
Wow.
That's a pentagram. Hey, he's not wrong. An upside down star does start to get into some weird,
true.
Weird areas. But in fact, no kidding, Jordan, when in the early 90s, when Jimmy Johnson wore the jacket with the upside down star, there were some satanic panic people that mentioned that Jimmy Johnson was a Satanist. That's why he wore that jacket. Like, you said that as a joke, but there were the same kind of people that get upset about like Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering and like satanic panic people. Some of them went after Jimmy Johnson and the upside down star on his jacket because it was a pentagram and he was obviously a Satanist. I kid you not. I heard that in the early 90s. I remember it. Believe it or not. Who would ever think that the Dallas Cowboys were evil? Who could ever think that the Dallas Cowboys were evil?
Well, I mean, let's not get into that. No comment. No comment.
Nobody could ever think that. Such a good, wholesome, family, wonderful thing.
It's a wonder we've been on for 6 years. Okay.
Jordan says we might not be far from Dallas resorting to black magic to get to the playoffs, to be honest. Hey, whatever you got to do.
Hey, play some black magic woman at the game. There you go.
Ooh.
There you go. Outlaw night. Excited for the game, even if I won't be able to be there. This was one that I always had on my calendar as there's no way because I'm busy on Sunday mornings and I am further than 2.5 hours away, which is when I'm not busy on Sunday mornings anymore. I always knew this would be a game that I would have to miss no matter what. And sure enough, won't be there, but I will be with you guys in spirit and watching live on Yahoo Sports because I can't watch it on delay on Yahoo Sports and I can't watch it later on Yahoo Sports. I can't go back and watch y'all give Kevin Guy the absolute night of his life.
You're going to miss the fun.
Really make him hate San Antonio. Never want to come back here.
Never want to come back.
Never.
I'm down. And I never feel that way. I always want people to feel like we're hospitable and we're good people. And, it's just a game after all, but not this guy. Not this guy. No. I will be looking for your posters and props as the game wears on. And I hope you do enough to get the attention of the broadcast where the broadcast cannot ignore it.
Mention it. They have to mention it.
They have to mention it. It'd be great.
A big banner that says, "Kevin Guy, you're a tool. Philip Higginbotham from the Smoking Guns podcast says so."
That's a lot to put on a banner. That's a really long.
Well, that's why I didn't say poster. I said banner.
Just putting Philip Higginbotham on a banner means that you got to buy a roll of that butcher paper, to be able to do that on the whole roll. It takes the whole roll to do that. Hey, Sunday though is not really the next thing that happens in Gunslinger Nation. RC, there is something on Saturday that we want to make sure we highlight and talk about. Right?
Yeah.
The Gunslingers will be putting on their yearly football camp, an opportunity for boys and girls of all ages to get out on the field and practice and play with real live professional football players. And that, I believe, registration for that is still open. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it should be.
But I'm going to go with that. Yeah. And
I'm going with that too.
And if you have a kiddo that wants to go, wants to get involved, wants to be a part of that, but can't afford to and I'm looking up the cost. The cost is $70, just like $70. The Gunslinger,
right?
Just like the 6-shooters camps were. Registration closes on Wednesday, so you got to get it in quick. But Saturday, July 18th, ages 6 through 17 years old. And I believe it is being hosted at Gunslinger Nation. Yes.
Yeah. The address is 9450 Northeast Loop 410.
That sounds like Gunslinger Nation to me. I could be wrong, but that sounds.
Yep.
And then, ages 6 through 10 is from 7:30 to 9:30. And then ages 11 through 17, the hours are 10:30 to 12:30. So make sure, according to your child's age, you come at the right time. Of course, you can always watch, right, the other team play or practice, but just know ages 6 through 10, time is 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And ages 11 through 17, the time is 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. You get a T-shirt, you get lunch, and 2 tickets to the home game.
There you go. The home game the next day. You can make a whole weekend of Gunslinger football with your family by being involved. First on Saturday with the youth football camp, and then on Sunday at the Gunslingers game. Jordan correcting me, who corrected who went off what he told me earlier. It actually closes on Thursday. There's an extra day there to get your folks in, get your kiddos in, boys and girls. No reason not to get your kids involved and give them. We've talked about this before when we were leading up to the 6-shooters camp. Give them an experience this summer. Give them something that they can talk about when they go back to school. We all know when you go back to school, like the first thing that some teacher in English does is like write a 1-page paper about what you did this summer. Give them something to write about. Give them an opportunity to write about how they got to go on the field at Gunslingers Nation and play with real professional football players. They got to catch a touchdown pass from Joaquin Collazo. They got to run the ball and juke a defender for the Gunslingers, a professional football player. Like, give them that experience, because experiences are worth so much more than any toy, any video game, any CD or CD. Do kids use CDs anymore? Are CDs a thing anymore?
No. You're aging yourself. You're aging yourself.
Long time ago, Philip. Long time ago.
Jordan is making the fresh burgers and hot dogs on site for food that day.
I'm going just for that.
Yeah, can I just show up for a burger? That sounds good.
I know.
I'm willing to say you can, Leo. Maybe not everybody can, but you. Ralph says, why didn't the 35 plus ladies, the folks do their dance on Sunday, Saturday, but they're doing it on
Sunday. Time out. You didn't see my move?
That happens at the game.
Deodorant move? when I said I was going to throw the pom-pom at Guy,
Yeah.
I'm working my
They
arm.
get to do that. They get to do that this week, and also all the families from the youth football camp get signed up for that. And again, if you know of a student, if you know of a kiddo ages 6 to 17 that would love to be part of this, money is the only reason that they can't do it. You need to reach out to the Smoking Guns podcast. You can get us on.
Yep.
You can get us on social media. You can get us on. You can email the show at smokinggunspod@gmail.com. You can reach out to the Gunslingers as you register and let them know that you want to get in touch with us. They will get your information to us too. You can do that kind of as a one-stop shop, and they know that we'll take care of getting your registration taken care of for your kiddo so that they can have this experience. We love
And
this.
last year we had one girl, one female. I hope she comes back again this year. And I wish you'd bring a friend. I would love to see 2 females, 2 girls at the camp. I think that would be great.
Yeah, no reason why not. No reason why they can't come and learn how to play. Girls football is going to be a thing. Flag football, 7-on-7 or flag football for girls is going to be a thing by this time, a decade from now. Schools are going to regularly be fielding those teams. Maybe not every school, but there's going to be flag football, girls flag football, or girls 7-on-7 football coming soon to a high school near you. That's going to be a thing. Jordan says we're working on setting up a clearance merch booth for all our back stock from previous years. We will also have all the footballs from this year, including the limited edition 250 ball. I corrected it. He corrected himself and put stock. I got it. Back stock, not back stock.
That's awesome.
And then Ralph is still confused. At this game, I thought they were going to dance at the last game. No, they're dancing this Sunday.
Weekend.
They
This
will
Sunday.
be on
Get
the
with
field.
the program, Ralph.
Look, Ralph
There's
forgot
no
to show
room
up for
on it, so
camp.
he's confused.
Yeah, he didn't come to camp, and he didn't get to learn the dance, and he's just confused. He thought. I don't know. Am I doing this?
He's still waiting on the other camp, the football camp for the old guys like us to come in.
Yeah, the clinic, the coach's clinic.
Yeah, the coach's clinic.
Jordan says never too late to join, Ralph. Jump on in. Jump on in. It's going to be a great day.
We weren't asking Ralph to join us, Jordan. That was not even a question.
She's saying no. She said no.
I am absolutely asking Ralph to join.
You would shut the door on Ralph on that invitation, RC.
Yeah. I don't want to see him in a black skirt with white boots. I don't. With pom-poms. I don't want to.
April Trotter is already willing to send him video so that he can learn the dance and still dance with you. See, April is the kind of inclusive person that RC is not. RC is not willing to let Ralph come, but April is. April Trotter is willing to do that. However, Ralph Judkins not eligible. Women's
spaces. Says he can't join. Hurry, ladies.
Hey, James Palmer suggests a coin flip clinic.
Here we go. We couldn't just end the show without bringing that up, right? The last game of the season, you got to dog me out. I already know they didn't invite me this year. 2 years in a row, we can't make it 3. I get it. I got the message.
Yeah, RC has flipped the coin for 2 straight years, and we have been able to give her a hard time on that, but it looks like 2026 will not be a year that we get to give RC a hard time, or she gets to redeem herself because she doesn't get to flip the coin at the game or at a home game.
How about that?
There you go.
That's even better, RC.
Yeah, you do the hair flip instead of a coin flip.
There you go. I do that better.
Yes. I'm just going to be nice and go, yes. That is correct. You do it better than I could do it. I can't seem to get.
You need
Hurt
to
my
work
neck
on that,
trying to-
Philip. Just a tad.
And when
I
you
do,
do
I
that,
do.
Philip, you got cats looking at the light on the wall, going like this because it's moving all of a sudden.
Yeah, I get it because of the glare. I understand. I get that joke. I understand that joke. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm bald. What can I say? Hey, Coach Q. Good afternoon,
Hey,
Smoking Guns
Coach
Podcast.
Q.
Good afternoon, Coach Q. Afternoon, evening, whatever you would call
Evening.
this. It's been a great season. I realize that 4-10.
not
You
over.
look at 4-10, and you go, well, "Has it been a great season?" Yeah, it has. I was thinking about this today as we got ready to come up to the show. This season, no matter what the record is, I got to stand in our box in our area with the Smoking Guns podcast table there that we have with my grandson and watch a football game. I've got to watch him since that football game. In fact, today I brought the football that he got at that game. I finally hit it for long enough that he hasn't been asking for it, and I put it in my office. It's over here. You can't see it, but that was always the plan, was for me to take that football and display it with my other Gunslinger footballs. But I haven't been able to get it out of his hands until this week, where I could finally bring it up and put it in my office because he has been so excited. I don't care what the record was. I don't care that game was a loss. That would have been nice to win that game, but I got to enjoy that with my grandson. Leo, did y'all end up bringing your grandbaby?
Yes, I can relate now. My first time bringing my grandbaby to the game. First of all, we talked. I have to apologize because we talked 2 weeks ago, and we talked about like, hey, we're definitely going to do a show on the bye week, and we'll come up with something to talk about. Big part of that was my fault. I had to back out on that because my grandson got out of NICU.
Yeah,
and that was like we couldn't get fast enough up to Austin to see him home and celebrate the fact that he is home and doing great. And I gotta thank a lot of people for the prayers, reaching out in prayers, and this whole time on social media and just when seeing us in person and always asking about little Nico. He is home and doing great. Passing every test with flying colors, and mom and dad are just excited as could be to have him home. But because he's home, and because this is kind of a transition period for mom and dad, grandpa and grandma, or Abwe and Gumpy, as we're called. Yes,
are you Gumby?
I am Gumpy.
All right.
Or sometimes Bumpy, which I tell everyone else in the family, she's allowed to say Bumpy. Y'all aren't. You got to keep up with Gumpy until she gets it right. So I have to frequently correct everybody else.
Okay.
But to help them, kind of this transition period, we got to bring my granddaughter, Dani, with us to San Antonio. And we took Dani to her first Gunslingers game, and she actually had a great time. She was a little shocked at first with, how loud it was, the introduction and the motorcycles on the field, the choppers, I guess you should call them. That's a more correct term for them. But she really had a lot of fun. She was a little scared of Deputy Duke, I have to say. He came over and tried to shake hands, fist bump, and she wasn't having that. But don't take that personally.
Caleb won't do any mascots right now. He just won't. He's that age where he's just not interested. Scared to death. So
same with Danny. I had to apologize to him. Nothing against you, Deputy Duke. I'm sure he's probably got that reaction from a bunch of kids, but he keeps trying, and that's awesome that he does. But had a great time with our granddaughter there. She lasted most of the game. She took a little bit of a nap in between and then woke up again at the end, and then she was hangry. She was hungry. So we didn't go down to the field because she had it by the time the game was over, but she lasted to the end of the game. So yeah. But it was great to have her there for the first time and share that experience with her. We're excited, and we're excited that Nico is home. So once again, thank you everyone for your well wishes and your prayers and all the messages. I can't thank you enough. But Nico is home and doing well.
Good deal.
Awesome.
Deputy Duke handing out pacifiers and baby rattles. See, I'm telling you, there's plenty we can do with this idea. Plenty we can do with this idea. And Bass Bandito said she did the same with me. I tried to be careful. Yeah, there's just an age where that's not a thing. We took Caleb when we were in Corpus a couple of weeks ago. We took him to a Hooks game, and the Rusty, which is the Rusty Hook, is their mascot. He was like 3 sections down from us, and Caleb is holding on to me tight, and he's looking over there, and I'm like, watch the baseball game. He's all the way over there. He can't bother you. It's that age where they're just not interested. And he did the same thing with Deputy Duke. He did the same thing with Mass Bandito. I think he was not having any of that. It's just that age. It's just the age they are. But I got to experience a Gunslinger game with my grandson. I'll remember that far longer than I'll remember our record this season. Right. I don't even remember what the final score of that game I took him to was. I don't even remember. I'd have to go look. So yeah, we had a good time. Now we need to go to a Ranger game. You're right. We have already looked at Rangers games, Frisco Rough Riders games, and you know what? The Dallas Cowboys play a preseason game that would mean nothing to a lot of people who purchase tickets because it's the final preseason game of the season. I think that would be a great opportunity to get to go see my first game in AT&T Stadium and Caleb's there, because we can get tickets for dirt cheap because nobody wants to see the third string quarterback start the whole game or play the whole game. But we'll just be going for the experience. So we're thinking about that. We got lots of sports opportunities up here in North Texas now.
That's cool.
So we're excited about that. No good indoor football up here. Closest good indoor football is 6 hours away in Freeman Coliseum. And that's kind of a bummer. Mass Bandito came up for a Ranger game. I saw you post a Rangers post the other day. I was glad to see that. Excited about the Rangers. They walked off against the Astros yesterday. That was fun. It was a good time. So, just to recap, we've lost 2 in a row by 1 point. We have 2 games left to go. We are 4-10. But we are still in this thing, baby. We still got an opportunity to lock in a playoff spot and then head up to San Diego and take on, I guess it'll probably be San Diego based on the way right? Is that the way things look right now, Leo?
Yep. That's the way it looks. That was the only thing I was wondering. Does San Diego rest the last game secretly because they would prefer to play Tucson than the Gunslingers because they're scared?
I don't know. I don't think that is
their thought process.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Ralph said something about this earlier in the show where he said, remember, teams that have locked up a playoff spot may not play as hard in the final week. I think that's true when you're talking about the NFL, when you're talking about the major leagues. I just don't think that is going to come into play in the same way at the end of the season in the IFL because, and I think this is true of the Gunslingers. If you took our highest performing guys off the field and put in hungry guys that need to or want to make a name for themselves or prove or get some film or that kind of stuff, I think that's just as dangerous to a team. There's not as big a gap between your first string quarterback and your backup quarterback in the IFL like there can be in the NFL. I don't think that's the same kind, even if they do it. And Ralph is saying, look, they do it on this level too. I'm not saying they don't do it. I'm saying I don't think it's as big an advantage or disadvantage to do that. I just don't think the gap between the players and the bench is small. You don't have enough room you can't put in like a whole second string of guys. You don't have that.
That's
you
true.
Don't have that on your team.
That's
You're not
true.
carrying that on your roster. And he says you will see the backup quarterback possibly. But again, I think backup quarterbacks in this league are not very far off from starting quarterbacks. A lot of guys become starting quarterbacks after they come in a backup capacity and just kind of blow the doors off of somebody. So I just don't think that is the same sort of concern as it is when you're talking about the Indianapolis Colts in 2005 when, they're 14-2 or 14-1, and they're going to sit their guys for the last game of the season because they've got everything locked up and can't do anything else. That's a big gap when you're talking about taking Peyton Manning off the field and putting in whoever the backup was at that point. We're not talking about Peyton Manning. We're not talking about any of those guys. I think the gap is much smaller.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to what James Palmer says. You lose momentum in this league by sitting people. I think there's something to that too. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I tend to agree. But it's not their best is the point. And I'm just saying in that one game, who knows? You put a backup in and he is actually, he actually is Sam Castronova, who was at one time a backup that just got put in that nobody expected much from and got put in a game and ended up being that guy. Like that could be the coming out game for San Diego's. They decide to sit Nate Davis and they put in his backup and he's as good if not better than Nate Davis for one game. That kind of stuff happens on this level a lot more than it does in the NFL is what I'm saying. You could be right. Like you could be correct. James Palmer, I believe the Blizzards quarterback this year was a backup last season. I can't recall what team. Look at what he's done this year. Ralph says our luck we would be right. Yeah, exactly.
We've definitely been short on luck this season. So, but maybe it's going to turn. It's going to take a turn. Maybe we're still in it. We just got to win it.
Still in it. That's the point. We're
still in it. We just got to win it, and we need
to make this happen.
Tucson.
And you have an opportunity on Sunday to go out to the Freeman Coliseum, take some friends with you. A Sunday afternoon game. What can feel more like football than to go? Get up on Sunday, go to church if that's your thing. Get out of church, go home, change into your jersey, and head out to a football game. That's what you dream of, right? All football season long, we in San Antonio dream of like being able to go see Sunday football. Now you have an opportunity to do that this Sunday, and you can go throw on your fan jersey or throw on your Gunslinger t-shirt or your red, white, and blue or whatever the case. Grab your neighbor and tell him, hey, you got to come check this out with me. It's a blast. And go and watch a Gunslinger game on a Sunday afternoon. It's perfect. This is what you dream of. And you got one more opportunity to do that. So
hopefully Chase Risman's guests, he said they enjoyed this game a lot. So hopefully they come back for that one too. And we get more like that. Because that was a fun, the result wasn't what we wanted, but it was a fun game. The crowd was great. We need more of that this last game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was going to go back and find that comment that you were talking about, but it was so early in the show that I can't.
Yeah, it was very early.
I'm going to get there though. I've made up my mind. I'm going there. Chase Risman, his best friend and her husband were at the Gunslinger game on Saturday afternoon. They loved it. Good to hear. Anybody that goes to a game has a great time.
Everybody.
Mass Bandito, so you're telling me there's a chance. Lloyd Christmas voice, man, that has been my mantra for the last 3 weeks as I've done the math and looked at the tables and looked at the standings, and I'm like, so you're telling me there's a chance we can do this. It's a long shot. I'm not going to lie, it's a long shot. We have to win. We have to win 2 games, and we need some help. We have to see Tucson lose 2 games. And any one of those things in those 4 games is not the result, and we're done. Should be. James Palmer, last game, should have kicked a field goal at the NFL like Tyler's already had the longest kick, so he could do it. I mentioned that earlier in the show, James. I bet you were not with us. I think you've joined a little late tonight. But, yeah, we did talk about the possibility of a field goal. I am definitely on heck, try it. Why not? You tried to score 3 times. Why not try a field goal at the end? But we also know that Tyler is not at 100%, or at least he hasn't been.
He's been
For a
struggling.
good portion of the back end of this season after an injury in, where was that? Tulsa?
I think it was in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right, because we had both kickers have injuries in that Jacksonville game. You're right.
Yeah.
In Jacksonville, he got rolled up on after a kick, no penalty on the play, and he has not been the same since. He's been having some nagging sort of plant foot issues, if I've heard correctly. So yeah. Bowled on Monday. He said, I bowl on Monday, so I joined late. I hope you bowled well. Hope you did. Jordan Stubing bringing up a great point.
Mm-hmm.
If Tyler would have gotten extra points, we would have been fine. So not sure about him kicking the field goal.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And Philip and I actually disagreed. And I'm usually the big proponent for kicking in this game, but it's kind of reversed this time. Philip said we should have kicked, and I was like, I understand why the decision was to not kick. As big a Tyler Huddle fan as I am, he's struggled lately, and I hope whatever it is that's bothering him, he can overcome soon.
Yeah, we want nothing but the best for Tyler.
Best for Tyler. Yeah, we love Tyler. He actually approached my granddaughter because of the video where she's saying Tyler Huddle on Facebook, and he came up to her, and I think she was just as scared of him as she was of Deputy Duke, but he just laughed. He laughed about it and backed away to not scare her too much. But she got to meet Tyler Huddle up close. He came up to the wall.
Well, what else? Anything else for the good of the cause?
Let's win these last 2, and just what happens happens. But let's win these last 2, especially this next one for the home crowd. Come on, Gunslingers. Let's go.
Yeah,
guns up.
I mean, all we can do is win. We can't control what happens with Tucson. Like, we can't do that. We don't have any control over that. But we can show up. We can be loud. We can give Kevin Guy a hard time, and we can make sure
change the game.
You can be a game changer. It's that simple. We are the Smoking Guns Podcast. We're a podcast all about football in San Antonio, specifically football played by the San Antonio Gunslingers of the Indoor Football League. We are brought to you by some amazing patrons, some folks that we really appreciate, and I am going to make sure we let them know how much we appreciate them now. Robert Seco, Mo and Iris Ferrante, Jay Washington, Jordan Stubing, Kim and Greg Nelson, all great folks that help us not only pay the bills of the show, but help us send kids to Gunslingers Camp and Six Shooters Camp. We sent 4 girls this year to Six Shooters Camp, and we have scholarships available for the youth football camp that is coming up. I'll show you one more time. This Saturday, registration open until Thursday. If you know anybody that would like to go but can't afford to make that happen, $70. We can take care of that. Just get in touch with the show. You can get us on social media, Smoking Guns Pod on all the social media. That's Smoking No G Guns with a Z POD. And you can email the show at smokinggunspod@gmail.com. Nobody does, and I understand why, because email is a trip. It's more difficult than just doing things on social media. But if you're an email kind of person and you want to email the show, you can do that at smokinggunspod@gmail.com. With all that being said, if you're looking for the best indoor football experience in Texas, you're not going to find it in Frisco or Austin. They ain't even gotten started yet down in Austin, and they quit here in Frisco. You're not going to find it in Tulsa, not over in Jacksonville, certainly not in Arizona in the Desert Diamond Arena. They have to come here to find out what awesome indoor football experience is like. If you're looking for the best indoor football experience anywhere, the 210, it's got something to say.
Bang, bang.
All right.
We got that.
Thank y'all so much for hanging out.
Thanks, guys.
Bring your posters, bring your pacifiers, bring your baby bottles. Give this guy a hard time. Give Kevin Guy a hard time. It'll be great. It'll be
It'll
great.
be fun at least.
Yeah.
You should come up with a bit for Old Man Higginbotham to record, and then maybe they play that on the Jumbotron, just telling Kevin Guy how he needs to be better.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. You spoke too soon.
Kevin, don't cry, Kevin. Kevin, don't cry. It's okay, Kevin. Don't cry. Just kind of that sort of deal.
Yeah, something like that.
There's audio right there. Just grab that right out of there and toss that up on the speaker system. Don't cry, Kevin. Don't cry. It'll be okay. Don't cry, Kevin. All right. Thank you so much. Good night, folks. Good night, RC.
Guys.
We'll see you guys later. See you next week.
Yep.